some specific issues we need to clear up, because it seems like nobody understands the issue of money and what the problems are that's causing the United States to enter one of the more dangerous phases of its life. The profession of economics completely hides the issue or confuses it or muddies the water, whether it's neoclassical, neoliberalism, or Austrian theory, or monetarism, or chartalism. It doesn't matter. None of them will talk about the key issues that I'm going to address in this series. The first two things I need to cover in this video before we get into more detail about the monetary system is the issue of debt and debt-based money. Because I've used that term in articles and videos and people don't know what I'm talking about. We need to get real specific about it. And second, the issue of privately held balance sheets. Now, to explain both of those, I need to explain what a balance sheet is overall. And many of you know this already. They teach it at business schools and accounting schools, but even those schools don't teach the issue that I'll talk about in this series, mainly Machiavellian power. So a balance sheet is a T diagram with assets on the left and liabilities or debt on the right. And this is used to paint the picture of someone's financial condition at any given time. A person or a government or a business, to show how many assets they have versus debt. So let's say you live in a $100,000 house, or you rent a $100,000 house, a rental property, and you had to get an $80,000 loan from a bank for that house. So that's 100K asset and 80K debt. Now, the important difference here is that an asset is what makes money for the person or the government or the business, reflected in the balance sheet, and the liability loses money. It costs you money over time, plus you owe it back to someone else. It's not something that you will keep. And in a world governed by money, where money rules the world, it's what determines power. If you have something that makes money, that increases your power, or the person, or the government, or the business's power. And liability, since you lose money, it decreases a person's power. That's the key Machiavellian dynamic that no one will talk about in schools. And of course, why would they? The people with power don't want other people being taught the rules of the world. But remember this diagram. You're going to see it in a lot of the other videos. The T diagram and what makes money and loses money and makes and loses power. It may seem boring, or you may wonder why we're talking about balance sheets, but it really is it gets to the most important source of power in the whole world. I'm going to draw another balance sheet up here. Again, assets on the left and liabilities on the right. And this one is going to be the people's balance sheet, the population of the United States. And this will be the banking system's balance sheet. You need to see this picture in order to understand our monetary system. Just reading Austrian theory about the need for intrinsic value, or reading the gold bugs about the need for gold backing, it's not true. And reading the monetarists about the quantity theory of money. It all misses this issue here, where all money in our system comes into the economy as an asset to the bank. What an amazing power, isn't it? To be able to create electronic digits, put them on your balance sheet, something that makes money and gains power for you. Because they aren't really loaning anything. They're just adding electronic digits to someone's bank account. And it's people that sign up for debt. So all money comes into the system as a debt to the people. It's on the liability side of their balance sheet. All money comes into the system that way. And so what do you know already, just based on this diagram? Well, you know that the monetary system, by its very design, is designed to make money and gain power for the banks, and over time lose money and reduce power of the people, or the government, or other businesses that aren't aligned with the banking system. Whatever is on this balance sheet over here, it doesn't matter what it is. Everything else besides banks can only get debt. As far as source money coming into the system, it all comes into the system as debt. Now, isn't that a bit ridiculous to have a monetary system that only serves a few people in a nice clique over here, and is designed to diminish the power of everyone else.